What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AV the Hero, back again with another video, another live stream, whatever you want to call it. I'm hype about today's live. Because the last couple weeks or so, it's been hectic. Things have been crazy. In the ball, the brand, triple B, all of that. The universe has been crazy. Zoe to the Bulls. LaMelo, we thought he was going to have a one. It's looking shifty for that. But still, we got Jello and Melo on the same team. We thought maybe we was going to get Zoe on the team. Something happened. The earth moved a different way. It didn't work that way. Hurt a lot of people's hearts, hurt mine. However, we got my dog Jello in a position where this Sunday, he makes his NBA debut. Now, it's the Summer League, but we know how the Summer League can make and break different careers. We know how the Summer League can build the hype, and it can make you be forgotten. We got to really understand that this is a moment, a huge part of the movement. And we're going to analyze this today. And what I want to do is, and this is why we're doing the stream now. I almost did this a couple days ago, but I'm glad I waited because we got a LiAngelo Ball interview, right? And y'all know from back in the day, and I appreciate y'all tuning in first off. If you in here now, hit the like button. I know a lot of y'all already done did it. We're going to do this stream. This will not be a super long stream tonight. I've got a couple clips that I want to play for y'all. We're going to watch, maybe talk about it for a while, and then we're going to get in and get out on some stuff like that. All right. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Stick with your boy. I ain't going to keep y'all up too late tonight. I promise I will not. But y'all know I used to do this series called what was it called? I just forgot. Body language don't lie, right? Because y'all know I have my little body language analysis bag that I can get into sometimes. And so we watch these different clips back, and then I look at it and say, yo, the body language is off. Something ain't right. I predicted a few different things. If we keeping it real, we go down the list. The night that what's his name? Devontae Graham, he was trying to tell us that he was feeling good. He was great. He was going to make a play. He was going to come back tonight 100% in the first 2-3 minutes of him being on the court towards hamstring. I had predicted that off of the body language. He did not sound confident when he did it. Sad to say, but when Jello was over there in Detroit, it was an interview we seen from LeVar. They was asking him about that, and he was like saying it was hype. But I was like, the body language says that things are not what they seem. Today, from Jello, he even confirmed that things in Detroit was not what they seem. Also, something that I had pointed out in that video as well. So there's a long list. You can go back and check the playlist on body language don't add up. And so today we're going to do an iteration of that. And I wanted to do this a couple days ago because as these different coaches came out, the GM talked about Jello, the Summer League coach talked about Jello, the head coach of the Hornets talked about Jello. I'm watching their body language. I'm seeing it. And part of me is excited. The body language looked different. And then today, and I was going to come out and be like, yo, something is look. And then today we get a Jello first ever press conference as a Charlotte Hornet. And he said, yo, they treat me different over here. The look is not the same. And I said, wait a minute. I knew it. So that's what we're going to start today. We're going to watch a bit of the Jello interview, press conference, media availability. We'll watch maybe some Mitch, maybe some maybe not Mitch, because I feel like we talked about Mitch in the video a long time ago, but maybe James Borrego and then the summer league coach, whatever his name is. And we'll break those things down. Yeah, let's break down these body languages. You know better than any. Come on now, you know I'm gonna bring that, man. Let me give y'all some shouts out before we get into the video. He looked a little uncomfortable, but it's a real deal. Yeah, he did. Now, here's the thing that I also appreciate about Jello, because we did one of these about Jello too. Whenever he was doing that interview, telling us he was gonna play in the Drew League, is Jello is like a book. An open book when it comes to reading the body language and seeing it in these interviews. He gonna give you all of the facial expressions, the different cues, and all of that jazz. So we'll go through his first, and then we'll double back into everybody else's. Y'all know we're gonna keep it doing. All right. Check. Do you really believe LaMelo? Check. Oscar Robertson. I don't know about that, man. All right, so let's get into this. He also tried to keep it exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. Here's the thing: when you're looking at somebody's body language, like sometimes it's not about so. All right, so it's when they're doing this, right? If you're looking at law enforcement or some things, what they're looking for is oftentimes like deceptors, right? So are you being deceptive in your body language, right? That's when people are looking if you're lying, right? We can't tell if you're lying, but maybe the confidence that you're trying to portray is not quite there. Maybe these different things, right? There's also things that you just do when you're not even trying to be deceptive. You're just being real, and you flash signs of like shame, or flash signs of being proud about something, or flash signs of confusion, all of these different things. So that's the stuff that we look for. And what you do is you take a baseline and you compare the baseline to what's happening there. You also take into account the question, the context, and all of that stuff. Let's just get into the video. I'm gonna add it here. If you see something here, you know what I'm saying, jump in here.
Hey, how's it going? Jello Rob Boone SI.com here, man. How you doing today?
All right, Jello Rob Boone SI.com. The interview open up. You look at my dog, chin up, strong posture. The stance is real, looking good. I'm happy. We here. Press conference. It's already different than Detroit. Detroit, no matter how much love folks was showing my dog, Detroit was trying to keep him a little. They was hitting to him on the social here, hitting to him. They was downplaying him, hiding him in the post here. Press conference. Now what I want to do is we're going to get into this later because he's going to mention it. But how many dog people do you know get on the squad because my bro Hooper, and then you get to the press conference? Come on, man. It don't happen like that. Let's get going.
I'm good, man. Thanks, guys.
First, can you explain what this has been like for you, this journey? Last year before the pandemic hit, you trying to do the G League thing, then you couldn't do it because of the pandemic.
You see, try to do the G League thing. This is all the small things that you got to watch for. I'm going to try not to stop it too much for y'all. But I really want to break this down. I want y'all to see it as I see it. But you know what I'm saying? You can see all of these things. I'm not. Yep, I was trying to do all of these different things, right? Appreciate. Hey, hit the like button. Hit the like button, man, while we in here. 63 people in here, 15 likes. Man, let's get that up. Can we get it to 50 likes for your boy, please? Thank you.
You got hurt in Detroit. What's it been like for you to try to fight your way back to the NBA right now?
Here's the big thing. He said you got hurt in Detroit. During that, because I feel like there was a lot of speculation around the Detroit situation, right? What happened there. When he said you got hurt in Detroit, what you didn't see from Jello is, oh shit, what? I got hurt in Detroit. It was the same like stoic, like, okay, yep, facts, no new information. So we can say that to me just said, yo, my dog, the Detroit ended with an injury. That's what I just picked up from that right there. All right, let's keep going. It just
feels good being here, knowing I got people behind me and they want to see me succeed. Like the coaches is reacting to me different here. It's just a good environment all around. The players play hard, like the energy is great. So that rubs off on me. So I just try to play my hardest when I go on the court.
Okay, now let's go back just a little bit here because this is important here. This is damn near right at the gate.
It just feels good being here, knowing I got people behind me and they want to see me succeed. Like the coaches is reacting to me different here. It's just a good environment all around. The players play hard, like the energy is great. So that rubs off on me. So I just try to play my hardest when I go on the court.
Now, here's the thing to look for. You watching Jello talk, very fidgety, but no real signs of deception here, right? This is our first question from him. This is basically a baseline. Polo Sports, man. Salute to everybody. I'm also notice this post his pictures first. All G League photo. Oh, they post his picture first on all the G League. They do that as well. They show a lot of love. All right, appreciate LaMelo Ball's cousin for liking. Jello game face only. This was actually a pleasant surprise. I was surprised as well. Let's keep going. So what I'm saying, this is a baseline, right? You see, answering this question, a little fidgety. So as we see down the line, if you get some fidgeting, it's not like a complete sign of deception.
What's it been like for you to be around your brother, man? I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's enjoyable, but just to be able to do at this level, with him playing the way he has and the way he did things this past year, what's it been like to kind of be around him as well?
It's cool. I grew up with him, so it's not. It don't feel like. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not like it doesn't shock me being around him really.
So he asked, what's it like playing with your brother, being around your brother? And my dog goes with like, yeah, I mean, shit, my brother. Like I'm around him all the time. Like, it ain't surprising. What you mean? What it's like to be around my brother? He is truly tickled by this question, right? I don't think that he was asking the question in that context of like, yo, you know, are you excited to hang out with your brother? You know what I'm saying? Like a fan type thing. But it's dope. He's definitely thought that was funny.
Like, I'm used to it, so it's cool. I grew up with the dude, so I know what it's like.
Yeah. Like, oh, you know, yeah, you're the rookie of the year and all that stuff, but he's still my brother. Like, I ain't starstruck every time he walk into a room. I enjoy his company, but it's my brother. You feel me?
And then just last thing, can you explain what it's been like to try to come out here and learn the offense and just find your way to be able to fit with this roster somehow?
Now, here is the questions with answers that we don't really know how he feels, right? This is where we can start to see like whether or not he's telling the truth. Like, how has it been? Like, you trying to learn the offense. You're trying to, is this a good thing or a bad thing? This is where you can start looking for deceptors here.
I'll just come out and just play my hardest.
Okay, so now right away, that's what I'm telling you. Now, before we seen the fidgeties and all of that stuff, now we get this answer where it's like, yo, tell me about the experience for real. And now you start to get hand movements.
As I can, so I'll just come out, give energy, and then whatever they teach me, I'm gonna pick up and learn along the way. I'll just keep open ears to the coaches, and then I trust them to guide me through it, so I'll be good.
Now, here's some other thing for you. And I said I ain't gonna stop it so much, man, but I enjoy doing this stuff, so I got to. So what you see here is, you know what I'm saying, my man start talking with his hands. That's also a good sign as when you're like telling the truth, right? And it's also not mimicked, you know what I'm saying? So what I mean by that is it's a natural thing, like, you know, folks doing it. When the hand signs match the actual like thing that you're saying, it's a good vibe.
Sam Farber.
Hey, Jello, good to see you again. Just with the last couple of years, with the pandemic, it's obviously made it very difficult for a lot of players in similar situations to you to make decisions on whether or not to travel to try and find a team or whatnot. Can you just describe a little bit of your thought process the last 2 years with COVID, or last year, I guess, with COVID-19, and how that factored into your decisions on where to take your talents?
Here's what I will say is that these reporters here are not asking these questions as if, like, if you think about what you would ask like a Book Night or a Scotty Lewis or a Kai, you know what I mean? Like, these questions are like, for the past 3 years, Jello, everybody and their mama been wanting to know these answers. Can we get them? These reporters asking questions on this interview like they tapped into the culture and they like, yo, let us know, bro. The last couple years, what's been going on with you, right? And I seen somebody here said it earlier in the comments. Part of it is, yo, he's just trying not to say too much. I'm not trying to mess this up. I'm trying to get to the bag. I'm trying to make the squad. Let's keep it going.
I really just control what I can. Like, every court I go on, I just play my hardest. So, like, it don't matter where I'm at. And then if the situation comes, like, since this situation came, I'm thankful for it. But everywhere I've been, I love basketball, so I just go my hardest everywhere. It really doesn't matter.
I like it. I like what he's saying here. Let me go back. Let's listen to that one more time.
And then if the situation comes, like since this situation came, I'm thankful for it. But everywhere I've been,
Thankful for it.
I love
the head go
basketball,
up.
so I just go my hardest everywhere. It really doesn't matter.
Appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the week.
There's a time when he says right there, it really doesn't matter, right? And so sometimes people will answer a question and they're saying it in a positive, affirming way, but their head is shaking no, right? That's typically a sign of deception. However, he's saying it really doesn't matter, shaking you a no, which means that he's telling it really don't matter, right? If he'd have been like, it matters, it really don't matter, but shaking yes or down, that's a sign of deception. All right, let's keep going. It's good they didn't ask no messy questions. That's what I'm saying. That was dope. I appreciate it. It's true. I can't wait to watch the content after Summer League game. Hey, after the Summer League games, we doing the recaps straight up, right away. On the muscle, it's happening.
Thank you.
Jonathan Alexander.
Hello, I hope you're doing well, man. I was wondering if I could follow up on a question Ryder asked earlier.
Appreciate you, sir.
Like, was it tough at all? To get close to your shot, making team, and then you get another shot, and then the pandemic happens. Was that at all tough? And if so, like, what was it like going through that?
Yeah, it was tough for me at OKC because we were getting into the flow of things, and that's right when it hit. So
that typically you go back for the neck like that. That's that either could be like, oh shit, I mean, damn, it was rough out here. I wasn't even there. You know what I'm saying, like that. But you know what I'm saying. But like I said, you also got to take into context what he was saying. So he's saying shit was rough, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I had to go back home, and that like reset everything. So I had to work my way back up to get in Detroit, and that didn't work out. So I don't know. I just control, like I said, I control what I can. Like that's not in my hands. So every time I get the chance to play, I'll just go my hardest. Hopefully it'll work out.
And what is it?
Hey, that's real, man. That's a shout out. Here is this, and I'll real quick, briefly. I'm telling you that this is the reason why I appreciate these young boys and the whole movement so much, is because they just keep persevering through the hurdles. When my dog got cut out of OKC, when Detroit didn't happen, you know how many people logically went to the next step of, oh, he must not want to play basketball no more? You know how many people asked that question? You know how many people went there with it? Like in a lot of times people go there because that's probably where they would go. You kick me off the team twice, I twist my ankle, I'm ready to go. I'm on a tour in Europe. I gotta go home because my ankle looked like a grapefruit. Most people would be like, maybe I don't love the game. My brother's successful, they killing it. Maybe it's me, maybe the universe is and my dog say, you know what, I can't control it. I just get on the court every time and I go my hardest, man. If that ain't a message that you could take with you in life, I don't know what a message is. I'm finna start preaching again here today.
For you, I guess at this point to get this opportunity that came up. I guess was it just from you playing pickup ball with your brother and working out?
Yeah, pretty much just working out and being around the facility with Melo, and then coming out here in the summer and just working out all summer. So that's how that came about. But
now I want to pause that. Asked him, how did this? I was here in position, working, doing my thing with Melo. They said, hold up. That's your brother? Wait a minute. Melo, is that Jello? He looked like a shooter. You think they tap Melo like this? Melo, hey, you think if we ask your brother to play in the summer league, you think he'll do it? You think if we call him over here and he'll think and Melo said, yes, of course. Melo, do you think if your brother, he a shooter over there? I don't know if people know. You think he'll play with us? Of course he'll play. You want me to ask him? Yeah. Go ask him for us, Melo. Jello, you trying to say less. That's what he just described to you happening. And now, why I break that down and why I want to pinpoint, and I'm repeating that to you over and over and over and over again, is because there's a time when folks said to me, he can't just get his brother in the league. That's crazy. He can't even just get his brother in the... Who can do that? He ain't no... And then it happened. Now, another thing. Imagine a situation where some dude gets on the squad because he in there hanging out with a player on the team, because I'm sure it happened all the time. I'm sure LiAngelo Ball is not the first friend of an NBA player who been in the locker room, who hooped, and they was like, yo, that's your boy? I mean, maybe we got a G. First, I'm sure he's not the first dude who was in there hooping with him, with a friend of the dude on the NBA, and somehow got an opportunity, right? He got to be the first one who they said, you know what? We just drafted 4 dudes. Or we just, not even say draft. We just picked up 4 new guys in this offseason in the draft, and we want you on the press conference. They do anything for clout. That's what Cardi B said. That's what Offset said. When I told people many moons again, I hate to be this dude to be like, I told you, because I feel like I'm doing that over and over and over again, but I got to get this off my chest for Chadwick. When I mentioned this a while back, I said things in my dog favor is 1, he can hoop. Shooter, shoot. He's a shooter. He can do that. We know he can do that. Number 2, his brothers are stellar. Number 2 pick overall NBA draft. Number 3 pick overall NBA draft, rookie of the year, upcoming most improved player in the NBA next season. You heard it here first. LiAngelo Ball, Chicago Bulls, most improved, MIP. Shooter, shoot. Last thing. The man got a fan base. He got a following. The man bring clout. Folks think it's just Melo. Folks feel Jello too. Jello, the one who we probably, all of us probably really could relate to on a more like humanistic level. Cause he the one who it ain't given to him. He the one who walking around here in the shoes like me and you trying to get there. And every time you trying to get that promotion, they throw a hurdle on you. Every time you trying to get that A, they throw a new test, a quiz on you. Every time you trying to get parole, they done found the footage. I watched a dude get caught in 4K the other day. Come on, man. Jello know what it's about. Got to be the only person who can tell you I was hooping in the gym, in the NBA. I ain't played in 1 game yet. Y'all it ain't even like my dog just hooped in the summer league, went hard, and then they say, you know what, bro, we need you to do a press conference. No, I've been in practice. Come on now. This is a big deal. Let's keep going.
I'm very thankful for it, and I'm not taking it for granted. I'm just trying to produce for him and just go my hardest for the team.
Not taking it for granted. Another thing that I heard people say about Jello, entitlement. He don't want it. He don't want to work. I'm not taking it for granted is what he told you. I want to work. I'm working hard. Every time I touch the court, that's all I know. Let's keep going.
What's been your motivation these last what's been your motivation now? What is your motivation now? What gets you going? What motivation?
Now
I'm always motivated.
Listen. Here's what I'm talking. Listen, look, this is about the body language. Tell me the difference in his body language from that last question to this question. Put that in the comment for me if you see it. If you've been paying attention, just watch. It's called micro, I don't know, micro whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's get it. Here we go.
Produce for him and just go my.
Look at his face now.
hardest
Look
for
at
the
his
team.
face.
What's been your motivation these last? What's been your motivation now? What is your motivation now? What gets you going? What motivates you?
I'm always
Do you see how he just perked up? They asked him, what do you got? What's motivating you? What's motivating you? Could you see that? All of these videos that we about to watch is on the channel, so y'all could check them in there and rewind them back and really analyze them for yourselves later. But did you see that? Did you see how when they start talking about what inspires you, what's your motivation, he perked up? I've been waiting on y'all to ask me this. Now, here's the thing, and I watched this already, but I don't even remember the answer. I wouldn't be surprised if he like, I got some, but I ain't gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna give you an answer, but I ain't gonna give you but you said that Ashley Souls, you see it, he lit up like a light bulb. I'm excited. You see the difference. That's what I'm saying. When you're looking for body language, you can see those little minute differences. Let's keep going.
motivated. I just like being on the court, really. Like, I just love basketball. Like, every time I play, I just feel happy. It don't matter where it's at, really. Like, that brings my energy. As soon as I step on the court, I feel energetic.
I'm telling y'all, I know what I'm talking about. Did you just hear what he said? It brings my energy. As soon as he started talking about the inspiration and all that, you seen the energy change. I just get hyped when I'm playing. Just let me do my thing. My dog is ready. That's all. I just want to hoop. It don't matter where. If he would have played in the Drew League, he was ready to kill. He got to play in the Hornets practice facility and he killed. He about to open up on Sunday in the Summer League in Vegas and they about to kill. G3 in the building, man. Let's keep going.
It's fun for me.
It's fun for me.
James Barrett.
Hey Jello, James Parrott at the Hive. You mentioned that the coaches kind of reacted to you differently here, and you've been through a couple of NBA teams now. Does this process with this team feel different to some of the previous experiences you've had?
Y'all ever watch that show? Me and my son watch it all the time. It's called Forged in Fire, and it's a show, and it's kind of like magical here right now. We're finna go here. It's Forged in Fire, and it's these blacksmiths come on, and what they do is each week they pick some type of weapon and they got to make it, and they go through these different tests. Speed, how does it handle? Is it a grip? And one of the tests is, will it kill? Will it kill? You could have the best grip. You could be the sharpest blade. But just because you sharp, don't mean you're going to kill. Jello about to kill. Go look up Forged in Fire. It'll kill. Jello about to kill.
Yeah, it feels a lot different in a better way. Like, all the coaches show energy towards me. They talking to me. They want to see me do good. Like, everybody's not just like at the other organizations, I was just playing. Nobody really saying.
You could tell every time you start talking about the other organizations, you put that hand back here. You don't really want to go there, but when you real, you real. And that's something that I can say that from this is also, I always talk about the different things that I picked up from being around them, especially LeVar, having conversations. And one of the things that I picked up, and I try to operate with that on this channel, because I think that there are times where there are topics, even me being critical of movement at times, and I don't be wanting to do it. But the truth of the matter is I'd rather be real than fake. I'd rather be honest. I'd rather have somebody call me and be like, hey, B, what was that you just said, bro? It ain't even like that. If it's on my heart, then not. That's just it. You got to live with them consequences at times. You feel me? And that's where I be going with it. Let's keep on.
So I didn't really know what was going on. But here, everybody's involved. So it makes it more like fun to be here and more able to play my heart.
Thank you.
All right, last one, Danny Thompson.
LiAngelo, Danny Thompson.
sorry, one last thing. Also, what I want to do is, and based off of that, right? He said they treat me different and all of that stuff. What we're going to do after this video is get into some of the other videos, right? Because we got one from Mitch Kupchak, we got one from James Borrego, and we got another one from, I can't even remember his name, the coach. Anybody, can y'all put that in the chat? Who's the coach of the summer league? What's his official name? And we're going to look at those as only the parts where they talk about Jello. Also, that's what I be trying to do for y'all, right? They had these interviews. I was used to do that before, right? It'd be a 9-10 minute interview, and they have like 2 minutes of what I know y'all there for. And then in order to get the views, I leave the whole thing up so we can get that extra. I don't do it. I cut it out. I know what y'all want. I'm gonna give you what you want, and that's my gift, and that's something that I'm doing for the people who mess with the channel. You know what I'm saying? So anytime there's these press conferences and there's some sound bites that you need to hear, I am going to make sure I clip that for you, and you have only the part that I know you want to hear. If it's 2 different parts, I'm gonna put them in, and I got y'all. That's my thing. Coach Dutch. That's right, Coach Dutch.
So with the 3-point conversion, welcome to Charlotte. 2 quick ones. Number one, you've been in the big question mark because no one has seen you play in a long time. So for those who have never seen you play and they'll get a chance to see you play on Sunday, what should they expect from you, or what do you bring to the table so fans can say, you know, who you are? And then I have
this answer here is one that you give when you've been in the spotlight for a while. You done had you done talked to some people. You done been on the media for a minute, and you know how to answer these questions.
a quick follow-up about the fan base as well too.
They just gonna have to come to the game and just pull up and watch. I can't really say what I'm gonna do going into the game. I really just play the game. Whatever the game gives, that's how I play. So I'm gonna go my hardest, and then hopefully it'll work out and they like what they see.
Authentic answer right there. The right answer. I'm not gonna hype y'all up on no BS. I'm gonna give you 30. I'm gonna give you pull up and see. I played to get the W, not to win the fan vote. Now, obviously, based on this next question, you see that the fan vote is in, but we playing for the W. That's something that has been synonymous and has been echoed from all of the boys, from Lonzo before Melo even got to the league, is we about to win. Yes, they be putting up the statistics. Yes, they be doing them some my career responses. Honestly, but that's what I'm saying. It's in my career. They give you the crazy outlandish answer, the kind of medium row answer, and then typically the right answer. He is picking the right answer for y'all, and it's honest. That's the thing that we doing here, and when we analyzing that body language, it's all natural movements. It's not like I don't even know. I'm just kind of timid, and I'm just saying that to say something. It's I'm being honest. I can't tell you what's gonna happen. My dog ain't played an official organized game in 3 years. He could be the hype man right now and be like, yo, I'm about to go stupid, like I'm about to do here in a little bit. Cause you ain't gotta tell them what they gonna see, Jello. I'm gonna let the folks know. Be humble. I'm gonna talk that trash for you. Cause there's always room for Jello. One day, here's a funny thing, right? We were in the United Kingdom. We were in Leicester. We get prepared for a game, and one time I was sitting down with Jello, trying to explain to him why he should adopt that "it's always room for Jello" slogan. And I don't know if he was feeling it. He ended up obviously ain't running with it all the way yet. But I did say that I was like, Jello, bro, it's all of us. Put it, Jello, put it. It's always room for Jello. I get in where I fit in, type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully someday y'all see that. Let's go. Let's keep going.
And speaking of the fan base, there's a tremendous amount of support for you, not only just to do well in Summer League and do well this week, but they want you to make the roster. Fans, not just in Charlotte.
Now, here's what I will say. Now, if you keep going here, we get some very interesting facial expressions from Jello as they ask this question.
And speaking of the fan base, there's a tremendous amount of support.
There's a lot of tension in this. I don't know with this one here, but
For you not only just to do well in Summer League and do well this week, but they want you to make the roster. Fans, not just in Charlotte, but all across the world. How does that feel?
I could tell that out of all of the questions, right? If you remember how he responded to the inspiration, right? Because here's the things about pressure, right? And this is what he has kind of said this, and it makes sense throughout this interview. He's talked about how I control me. I can only worry about the things that I can worry about, right? So when they asked him about what inspires you, he lit up. Now when they're asking him about the external inspiration, the fans who cheering for you, you can see it's not the same. It's not I'm hype. I'm super hype right now because I got the fans with me. Because he know that don't matter. It's what I do when I get on the court. I'm telling you, it's a lot of good stuff that you're getting from Jello right now. I hope y'all seeing this. Let me see. My man Ruben H. What's up, man? I appreciate that. The super chat. They had to sign Jello. It's a guarantee that Melo will never lead the Hornets. It's not. I'm gonna tell you why it's not. Because we thought that Jello and Melo being on the same team is a guarantee that Zoe was coming. We thought that. It's guaranteed. This is what it is. It ain't. That didn't happen. It's the best opportunity to do it. They traded Devontae Graham to the New Orleans Pelicans. That's easy. We want Devontae. Y'all want Zoe. Switch it out. Didn't happen. So I feel you. I do think it is a extreme positive, and I do believe that. And this is my take, right? Way back in the JBA days, there was a time where the LA Ballers, who ended up winning that championship, was not looking so good. LiAngelo Ball had already said, I'm an NBA player. I'm not playing in no JBA. I'm trying to get on somewhere else. It was getting bad for LA. The phone call was put in. My brother need me. I'm coming. Now, if the phone call get put in for LaMelo, Jello needs you. Can you do it? I believe he'll do it. Different story.
When you have not a big fan base wanting to see you succeed, wanting you to make the roster, and wanting you to be a successful NBA player, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good because that's my goal at the end of the day too, to make the roster and become a successful NBA player. So I'm glad knowing that everyone's behind me and just want to see me succeed.
The worldwide. Exactly. Kaya Wood said, I'm going to talk that trash for him too. You know I'm on it. Okay, but he could do it in the NBA, not the JBA. But that's what I'm saying. That's even bigger. That's life-changing. Here's what I'm saying. Yo, listen. Let's do this. I'm going to pull this down because that video is over. And I want to just ponder an alternative universe for y'all real quick. Do you remember what happened when the Los Angeles Ballers won the the JBA championship? Everybody came out and said LeVar Ball's sons won the league that he created for them. Imagine what happens if they lose. Imagine what happens if they lose in a league in which everybody is trying to pass the narrative that was created for them to win, they lose. Imagine if you LaMelo Ball, who they were trying to blackball. People got to understand, LaMelo fought through a lot of adversity as well. It wasn't easy. He made it look easy, but they was trying to get him up out of here. He went to Australia reluctantly. Imagine what happens if they catch that L. What? NBA? This league that nobody believe in, you couldn't even win that. You ain't even in the NBA of a rigged league. That's what somebody, hey, babe, say the JBA was rigged, though. Imagine if they lost. The JBA was not rigged. Now, let me say this. The JBA was no, I can't even let me say this, right? And this is what I'll do. I'll fast forward through here because I want to get to the rest of this video. The JBA had they had two halves, first half, second half. Through the first half of the season, the last game of the first half, LaMelo's team lost by 15 or 20 points in New York City. Got demolished. They got demolished by a New York team who they played on the first night and demolished them. What was the difference? Every other team in the JBA started switching players to get better. The Dallas team, whole new roster by the time. The only team who had not switched players through the first half was the Atlanta Ballers and the LA Ballers. And Atlanta was going on a run, but LA was getting drugged. They was getting beat up out of there. People say it's rigged. But they was like, yo, we got to stick. We sticking with it. And they was getting beat. Then they put the call in. Jello rigged the system. Jello came in there and ended up being the best player in the league. And that's what made it look rigged. But even at times when Jello was struggling, now I got to say that LaMelo carried him at times too. But that's the thing that you gotta realize. You can say it was rigged, but they was about to lose. Now, let's keep going on the stream tonight. Once again, Ruben H, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Jello was the game changer. So this is why I also have ultimate and utmost confidence in him on this next level because he got it done there. And it was not easy. People think it was rigged. It was set up. And I will tell you that it was looking bad and folks had to get on the phone. They called in 6 keys. They called in they moved trust me, it was getting crazy. I don't even remember, man. They rigged all of that stuff. I hear you talking that, but I don't know. And they were saying it was rigged because Jello was an ex-college player. But Curtis Hollis played ball in college. Dion Lyle, who played for the Chicago Ballers, was the Conference USA 6th Man of the Year before playing in the JBA. The point guard, Nolan Irby, played, I think, D2 ball somewhere left, came there. Dudes had already played in college all around the league. Curtis Hollis had won, I believe, was on a team that just won the national championship in JUCO before coming there. So it was a lot of all of that stuff. They had dudes from UTEP. Nate Morris played at University of Texas El Paso. You know what I'm saying? Or not UTEP, Texas A&M or something like that. So it was, trust me, man. Trust me. Can't cheat at being Austin. You cannot. And they traded the whole team. And that's what I'm saying. They had to trade the whole team mid-season. And they didn't want to do it. Trust me. They were like, no, we keeping our squad. And then they was like, yo, these dudes ain't getting it done. We got to do something about it. All right, so let's do this. Now, next video I got for y'all, because what we heard from Jello right there was, let me make sure I got the right one. First impression. Let me pull this one up. I think this is it. All right, so what I got for y'all is most everybody played in college. That not everybody. There was some dudes who came straight out of high school. Calvin Brown, Fionn Brown, a couple dudes straight out of high school, but there was a lot of dudes who played in college as well. So in order to keep going, so what I really noticed was, in watching these different media availabilities and press conferences, is that these coaches, when they talk about Melo, when they talk about Jello, you don't, if they were not giving him a real shot, their body language, you'd be like, again, you imagine let's think about the Detroit Pistons, right? And we all kind of can agree that the Jello's time in Detroit didn't feel like it was like an actual shot. It felt like a cool little move. Maybe we get some PR. We're going to hype it up. Jello about to play. All of a sudden, we don't see him in the game, right? That's what it kind of felt like. So imagine, and they didn't really use him on social like they could have, right? They could have gave us some Jello clips and really played it up, but we didn't really get all of that. So imagine though, if you got this kid, the brother of your favorite, your star player on your team, he on your squad, you giving him a shot, but it ain't real. You know deep down he ain't finna make it. You know deep down it's a setup, man. We just trying to do it like somebody said. We just trying to do it for Melo, and we gonna imagine if you really feel like that. When people start to ask you questions about it, it's all in your body. Damn, y'all making it hard. This ain't even supposed to be that. Golly. Man, you say who? That's what you would have gotten. What I believe you're getting from these folks seems genuine to me. It seems straight up. AB, I don't care what the haters say. Rig, Brig, Hig, I don't care. I know my dog finally got a chance. That's a big factor, Mundo. G3, 60% from the field. All about the extra summer league. Come on now, talk that talk. All right. AB the hero. Seeing Jello speak to the media just made me smile. He here, my boy. He here, my boy. That's a fact of Mundo. Let's pull this up.
And then with Jello, you've obviously seen him around.
So here's what I'm saying, right? It's the same thing whenever they asked Jello about they mentioned to Jello about the injury in Detroit, and I was saying like his lack of response or his lack of like shock or like, oh shit, they, you know what I mean, like spoke to me about like how the injury was there, right? So part of when you read in body language, a lot of times people think that you're only reading as people talk to you, right? They think that I'm waiting on you to respond and then I'm gonna read and tell if you're lying to me. Sometimes you can see it when people are not responding. That's kind of the beautiful thing about these interviews and the way they're doing them now is you get to just watch the person hear the question and you look at how they hear it, and then you know what I mean, you can tell from there. So if we look at him when he's asked about Jello, and this is what I noticed right away because I was trying to see like, is this a real shot? And when he's asked about Jello, it's no like, oh, you know, I mean, I guess it's none of that. It's like, okay, this is taking it on as a real question. I'm about to answer this bad boy. So let's get in here. Watch it. Let me know if you
And then
let me know if you see it.
Jello, you've obviously seen him around for a while now, but now in practice, just what do you make of him and what are some of his strengths that you want to see from him as he kind of move along here?
The first thing you sort of
That right there. Do you see? Here's what I'm saying. Another thing I got for you. Do you see how he's looking here to hear it, and then he looks off to answer? This is called staring off into the middle distance. A lot of times people do that, right? Especially if I ask you a question and you're thinking about something, you're trying to recall or recollect, you get to do that right there.
said it yourself, the strength. Like, he's a strong kid. I think he's lost a little. The first thing you sort of said it yourself, the strength. Like, he's a strong kid. I think he's lost a little bit of weight since he's been with us, and he looks a little more cut, a little more defined.
Which is also funny because I feel like, and honestly, it's been a minute, right? I seen him in New Orleans when Melo and Zoe played for the first time. He looked to be in great shape. That was also during the time where he was hoping to get into the G League bubble, probably in a lot better shape. You take a whole season of limbo, and then now you get here, and then he getting into playing shape, which also I want to point out that that's not uncommon. A lot of these dudes, especially coming off a pandemic, are not entering training camp in like the best shape. The advantage that he had is he was there over the summer working out and got back into the good shape.
Great confidence in his shot. He shoots it very, very well. Very quick.
Another thing, the thing that we all been saying is sniper snipe. He shoots it well. He's telling you, look at this. There's no deception on my man's face. He's giving you off street fair
Quick
game.
release.
Let's go here.
Great confidence in his shot. He's been with us and he looks a little more cut, a little more defined. Great confidence in his shot. He shoots it very, very well. Very quick release.
You see him recalling, like it's not rehearsed. They didn't just give me this in the back and I'm robotic with it. I'm quick release. He got the, come on, man. It's looking good.
And he also is, for size, you want to think he's a very good offensive rebound.
Here's the thing. If my man here say I peeped that too, but I was thinking it because the question was set up. Here's what I'll say is I hear you on that. And you would think that that would be the thing. But a lot of times if the questions is set up, so it's the same thing. You either shocked that like, oh, I didn't even, oh, damn, I didn't see that coming. Or what you get is, okay, here we go. The question, this is the one that we rehearsed. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You get the different levels of acknowledgement, right? It's either like, damn, I don't want to answer this, or yes, I knew you was going to answer that. I'm prepared. Here we go. This is genuine. Like, yo, all right. What I really want to hear this question. He was standing there, not a lot of movement, focused on the thing because he was trying to hear exactly what he was saying, as if he had heard it for the first time.
He does a great job crashing the glass, getting in there. And I think that helps with his strength and defensively. Now it's on us to help him, mold that into what our defensive schemes are, how we can teach him what we're doing and pick and roll and all everything.
Now, obviously, out of all of the things that he said, this defensive thing is the one thing that's like, all right, my dog got to work on the defense, but it's on us, right? And that's what I appreciate about coaches, right? I think that coaches, people in leadership positions, supervisors, bosses, managers, and all of that stuff, a lot of times they expect you to be able to read their mind, figure out exactly what they like, do it exactly how they want to do it, but don't take the onus on their ability to share information with you in a way that you can thrive in that situation. I think that going way back to last season, when you look at James Borrego, and I used to get on him for this all the time about because he would give this same pass to Devontae Graham. And we know how much they wanted to see Devontae Graham play. Devontae Graham would struggle from shooting. And what would the coach say? It's on me. I got to put him in better spots. And he wanted him. We knew he wanted, I got to get Tebe hooked up. And that's at the time where we was like, yo, they trying to really make LaMelo earn it. But Tebe, it's on me. His shot, he a shooter. Maybe I'm not getting him the right touches. Maybe I'm not putting him in the right position. And this is what we hear here about Jello on the defensive side. He is strong, can rebound, can shoot the ball with confidence, but it's on me to make sure he can play defensive end. And anytime a coach is saying it's on me, it's because they see something in you, and they know that it's their job to bring it out.
Like that, and just give him the terminology and help him along with that. When he was with us, this last couple weeks, we just let the guys play. Now we're adding a little more framework, and I think that's where we're going to help him along in that part of just helping him, teach him how we're going to play.
Now, to me, when I hear that, I'm hearing him say, "Yo, he raw." Obviously, one of the things that we heard last year from James Borrego and conversations about LaMelo is that, you know what? A lot of the shit that we're trying to teach him, he already know. But I did a video series a while back too, where your boy Jermaine Jackson would post the clip from the practice session and then the clip from the game, identical. We worked on that. And so there's some situations I'm sure that Jello could be like, oh yeah, we worked on that. But there's some things that happen in the game that you just got to be 5-on-5 and live to really pick up. He's saying we're going to work on that with him. All right. Melo 6'7", Book Knight 6'5", Jello 6'5", Bridges 6'7", Kai Jones 6'11". That's a fast-paced team with a lot of switchability. That's a fact. And I'll say this too. It's on a team where they had some success last year running the 3-guard lineup, right? You had Melo, you had Terry Rozier, and you had Devontae Graham. And that was one of their best lineups of last season. So you're working with a coaching staff who understands how to put maybe the smaller lineup in better position, right? Now, the catch 25, catch 32, catch 100 is how do we build that out so when we need to get out of it, we can. When we need to go a bit bigger, what does that lineup look like? Who can we trust, right? He was up and down with Bismack and Zeller and who's our big PJ. That's the part that they need to build out next season. Is it Vernon Carey? Is it Jaden McDaniels or whatever? So that's what they need to build out. But always put it on the need to watch film. Nope. Court vision will be off the chain. The court vision will be crazy because I think that one of the things that's underrated about Jello is his passing ability, right? And to me, it's like one of those things where I think that is going to show up in ways that's going to be kind of like, oh, wait a minute now. Because I don't know. And this is speculation from me, right? I'm thinking about this right now as we're like processing this, and I'm gonna process this out loud, right? Now, do you think that there's some validity to a lot of times, like you look at professional wide receivers, right? And some of your best professional wide receivers with great hands, understand route running and all of that stuff, they play quarterback in high school. Right, so they know all the plays, they understand the game at a quarterback cerebral level, but then they have the physical capabilities and they have the ball skills of playing quarterback to that translate over to wide receiver. Now, imagine this: if you're Jello, who was the wide receiver, because Jello, that's what separates him and makes him different from his brothers. Is he's the one who's going to get open. They throw the ball down to him and he just scores. He never was in that position where it's like, Jello, you're facilitating. It was always been Jello, you get open, you get the ball and you score. Now I say that and I bring that up because how much does it translate to be the guy now who knows how to get open? So if I need to quarterback, I know where you need to go to get open because I've been doing that for a minute. Is that translation there? Or maybe I'm tripping. Let's get on to the next video. And I think that this is the last video that we will play. And if y'all want, we'll even do the Mitch Kupchak video. But I'll remind me of Kwame Brown. Let me see. I'm going to pull up. I want to pull up the James Borrego joint. And then I will maybe do Mitch Kupchak if y'all have time. We have time and y'all want to get into that. All right. Looking at here's the thing too. I want to say this because in the last like month or 6 months or so, the subscribers have been crazy. I got so many classic videos back there that y'all miss. The whole JBA I talk a lot about it. Folks ask me all the time about the JBA USA, JBA, and all that stuff. I did a whole vlog of, well, not a whole vlog. I'm lying. I got about 10 videos in, but it's a whole JBA USA, the first like 10 stops or whatever vlog. That's pretty interesting. It's behind the scenes of what that whole looked like, stories and all of that jazz. Y'all can go back, check that out. I really do have, I got probably 4 or 5 terabytes worth of footage from JBA USA tour and JBA domestic tour that I have never did nothing with, that eventually I will do. But if y'all interested in seeing it, let me know. You know what I'm saying? And also, man, hit the like button. Can we get it up to 100? Can we get the likes up to 100 as we start this next video? Much appreciated. I remember those, bro. I got more. I just never finished it. I recorded all the way up too, man. It's some good stuff. The last night in Romania was on the court. I pretty much like walked around with the camera out and talked to everybody in the whole bit. It was a dope. I really need to pull it out before like my hard drive and shit go bad or something. But let's do this.
And how does?
All right, so this is James Borrego, obviously the Hornets official actual head coach. And so I was a bit surprised, honestly, to see him in the media availability on this day. But I was hyped because obviously, I also thought that they probably wouldn't ask him a Jello question. I was surprised about that, but they did. So, like I said, I captured this on the channel. If you just want to see that little segment, it's there. If you want to watch the whole entire thing, you can find that on the internet as well. Let's keep going.
LiAngelo, I guess you see shades of his brother in him.
Different players.
Now, here's what I'm saying. Let me pull this up. Look at the difference between his reaction and the other coaches and everybody else's reaction when they asked this, right? And I'm so interested in what this means, because this is the type of thing where you need so much more context to understand, like, what does he mean, right? Because I'll show you here. Watch. Tell me if you see it. Tell me if you see what I'm talking about. Comment it in there.
And how does LiAngelo, I guess you see shades of his brother in him?
Different players.
You see, he go from this kind of like, he always, I feel like I don't know what's going on in that Hornets thing, but between him and Jello, it must be dry in there because they licking their lips like it's going out of style. But he got a super kind of like chill, kind of like, I'm listening to like this big ass smile, right? And that can mean so many different things, but it's that big, like, either like, yeah, they different. Y'all don't know what we got. It's crazy. Oh my God, y'all thought it would, or could mean something
and,
else.
How does LiAngelo, I guess you see shades of his brother in him?
Different players. Different players. Came out of the same house, you know. They both know how to play. They're both good basketball players. Different skill sets. That's okay, you know.
Do you see what I'm saying? What does that mean? Different players. Like, all right, so because now, let me take y'all down some scenarios on this, right? Imagine there's two sisters. One of them is fine. Fine. The other one, maybe she going maybe ugly duckling, a couple years, she gonna blossom. Right now, busted. And you say, look, damn, they got the same mom and dad. They different though, right? You about to meet your homeboy and you like, I got one for you. And he's like, yo, does she look like your girl? And you like, I mean, they different. They both look good, but they built different. What does that mean? Now that could also mean I got one for you. He say, well, does she look like your girl? Nah, she don't look like my girl, but she still got it. You know what I'm saying? Might be my girl a little thicker down top, yours a little cuter in the face. It's a you gonna like it. Just trust me. That might be that. It's hard to tell without context, right? He started to go in and explain it, and maybe we get more information from here. But it could be, yo, one of them is, it could be, yeah, we both bought them from the Ford factory. And we love Melo because he a Mustang. But this dude, Jello, a Ford, what's the Ford that everybody like, the super fast one? The a GT Ford, damn, y'all made me look it up. Let me see something. The supercar, Ford, yeah, somebody hit me with it in the comments. Let me see. I got it. Hold on. Here we go. I got it. Ford GT. I was right. It's Ford GT. So maybe that's it. Yeah. Maybe they like, yo, maybe he like, yo, y'all like Melo. He was a Mustang, super fast. The best one is Shelby. But we got Jello, and he a GT Super Sport V12. That might be it. He could be saying, yo, they in the same vibe. One of them is an Impala, and the other one is the Chevy. Y'all know Malibu, Shelby GT. Yes, bro said a Corvette. Chill. Yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. This one is hard to read for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Are the Martin twins still under contract? I believe they are. Let's keep going.
That's okay. Jello can shoot the ball though, but you can see confidence out of both of them. They both know how to play. Jello moves the ball, shares the ball. Obviously, Melo's a little he's just different. They're just different. So he's had a great summer in our gym, and look forward to watching him play in Vegas as well.
Listen to the words. Jello F350. Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe like, yo, that's the great comparison. Who said that? Elijah Wan, man, is the true GOAT. Maybe he's saying this. Melo is a Ford GT, Ford Shelby GT. You like it, you love it, it's fast. But that boy Jello a Ford F-150, F-250, F-350, dualies. Wide body, gonna get it done. Boards, rebounds. And he got the confidence with the shot. Everybody keeps telling you that the shot is on. That's two coaches who said, that boy can shoot it, though.
Well,
let's keep going.
And then just in general, this is the first offseason you guys have had with LaMelo, obviously. Now that you kind of
watching him play in Vegas as well. Jello moves the ball, shares the ball. Obviously, Melo's a little he's just different. They're just different. So
moves the ball, shares the ball. That's great because when there's another coach, we'll watch that.
He's
next
had a great summer in our gym, and look forward to watching him play in Vegas as well.
And then just in,
I love that he said he had a great summer in our gym. That's not. He played okay. I mean, he was doing all right. He had a great summer in our gym. That's a good one. That's a good sign. Hey, there we go. We got that. We got to the 100 likes. I appreciate that. I really do. Let me see. Who got the true goal? Let's see. F350. All right, let's keep going. All right, let's watch this. I think he started talking about Melo, but we'll listen.
This is the first offseason you guys have had with LaMelo, obviously. Now that you kind of know what you have as a player in him, just trying to build around him, just in general, this offseason, how do you go about finding, I guess, the right mix to kind of make sure you guys take advantage of their strengths on the floor, stuff like that out there?
Well, Melo,
I just seen a LeVar interview. I believe, and shout out to Flight Sports TV. I believe it was during that interview where LeVar was like, yo, Jello the best one out of all three. He was like, you like the other two, but Jello the best. So it's hard. It's a hard call.
makes it pretty easy for everybody. He fits with everybody. I mean, he's just going to make everybody on the floor better. Obviously, putting shooting out there with him, size, athleticism, all that.
Hey, could we get to 120 likes, please, for the boy? Come on, let's do
helps, it. But for me, that makes sense in today's NBA, regardless of who that is. But for Melo,
it's balling season. Now, I will say this, and I'm gonna switch the video out because I believe the rest of this is about Melo. But one of the things that I have always said about Melo is that it don't matter what system you put him in, what team you put him on. His talent and skill level is so versatile that he really could fit in anywhere, right? It's just that's just him. He could do that. So, and that's what he was saying right there. And this offseason is so easy to build around it because all we got to do is just be intentional about it. And we know that the pieces are going to fit like puzzle pieces. All right, last video here, and then we're going to shut this boy down for the night. Let me see. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so this video here, we back to Coach Dutch talking about LiAngelo, and this one is interesting, and I want to talk about it. And we started with the other ones for a reason, because they were definitely more specifically targeted to LaMelo. This one here is a more general sense of like LaMelo and the movement and the new guys on the team and what they need to do in order to make this squad, right? With a lot of that intentionally being targeted in my eyes and a lot of people's eyes. And this is what we're looking for from Jello and a lot of these new guys to really get minutes and really show us that they can do their thing. And so this is also one of there are moments that make me really proud as a YouTuber, as a content creator, as somebody who's been involved in this movement for as long as I have, is when there are times I might say something and people will be like, oh, that's just AB. He talking. You know, that's what he do. And then there are times where then what I just said, somebody who people like respect and then like really be like, oh, yeah. He said it. It got to be where they say shit that I told y'all 2 years ago. And I think that you get that with this interview here of some stuff that I've been saying for a minute. I was talking about this a while back, but let's get it.
And a quick follow-up. When you look at the players that are not on the roster, like guys like LiAngelo Ball, guys like
LiAngelo Ball
don't have a roster spot, what are you looking for to those guys so they can earn a roster spot? What are some of the things that they need to do to stand out to you and the coaching staff?
The main thing, and I told everybody, in our first meeting, is that
I'm gonna go back one more time, and just because I want you to, what we talked about earlier, right? When they say LiAngelo Ball name, look at his reaction and see if you get the like, damn, again. If you get the okay, here we go. This is the question I've been waiting for. Or if you get like, I'm tentatively listening, like I'm not sure what you're saying. This is natural reaction between two people. You're asking the question. I'm on to Zoom and I'm zoned in. See if you see that.
And a quick follow-up. When you look at the players that are not on the roster, like guys like LiAngelo Ball, guys that don't have a roster spot, what are you looking for to those guys so they can earn a roster spot?
He looked a little pensive, but I will say that it's also from our baseline with him. He also start with a nice little pensive, hard look.
Some of the things that they need to do to stand out to you and the coaching staff.
The main thing, and I told everybody, in our first meeting, is that we have multiple guys, and I think we'll have 5 on our roster next year that can go out and get you 30. And we need guys that, if you're looking for a roster spot, who can keep the offense moving, who can attack a closeout and make the right play and not look for their own shot.
If we go back to James Borrego, one of the key things that he said about LiAngelo Ball is he can move the ball around.
And then defensively, who can understand our schemes and really understand what we're trying to do defensively to keep the ball out of the paint, contest every shot, and play with great physicality. If you're able to do that, we're not looking for anybody to
play with great physicality. He also already said that, Jello is stronger than he looks. He's strong. He go get the boards to help him. So we got 2 checks plus for Jello. So
be like, hey, you're Kawhi Leonard, go shut somebody down. That's tough to do. But if you can do our defensive schemes and understand what we're trying to do defensively, and then offensively keep the offense moving and move the ball, you'll put yourself in a great light. And then it comes down to, when the ball does get to you, can you make an open shot? Not forcing shots, but then when the ball finds you, you may get 5 opportunities. If you make 4, you might get some more looks. You make 1.
This is the part. People would ask me earlier this season, if Jello do get a shot, he playing the G League, what he gonna do? And much like Jello said earlier, I can't tell you what he's going to do. He's just going to do what it needs to be done. And I was saying, like, it comes down to this. That's really what this opportunity is. You're not going into this with the book night. They probably going to say, book night, bro, we want you to go get 30. You're going to lead this team in scoring. That's what we want from you. Jello, you're going to have to get in where you fit in. You might get 1 shot a quarter. And at the end of the night, you get 4 3-pointers. If it's a 1 for 3, 1 for 4, If it's a 4 for 4, 3 for 4, 2 for 4, that's really what it's going to come down to. When it go into overtime, what does that look like? In the first quarter, you knock down 2 threes, bam, out of 3. Fourth quarter come around. You ain't took a shot since then. Can you still do it? That's where it really is going to take him up or take him down. Because I don't believe that this is rolling out and it's going to be like, yo, this is the Jello Ball show. If it is, he's going to have to take that. And like he said, he don't want you forcing shots. But what I mean by is, we run a play, you in the corner, you on the side, it's 3 ball. Can you knock it down consistently? By the time the end comes around, what's up with you? My man Studio Baja say Book Night ain't gonna give you 30. I don't know if he can give you 30 or not, but I know that if he did give, I think that he will have the opportunity to get to 30. I think that Jello has the mindset and the confidence as a shooter to not attempt the shot for the first 3 quarters, to get in the fourth quarter on some J.R. Smith and then go bananas. That's what I think. It's going to be tough, though.
You might not, but just making sure that you're taking the right shots and also getting other people's shots.
Here's also what I think, too. And that's a quick video. And that's going to be our last one for tonight. But we're not going to get off right now. So stick with your boy. We hit the 120 mark. I appreciate y'all with the likes. But I think that's interesting, man. I think it's interesting. It's kind of like the moment that we all have been waiting for, right? There's been a lot of hype around the Ball brothers, LiAngelo, LaMelo, Lonzo for a while now. And we're approaching that time where all of them are in the league. 2 of them on the same team. But this is a great opportunity because this is your first glimpse at Jello. Just go do your thing, bro. It's on you. LaMelo ain't out there with you. Zoe ain't out there with you. It's you amongst your peers. This is, and it don't matter, but for all of the critics, the haters, and everybody who is saying like, yo, your opportunity comes from, well, meanwhile, you in your heart feel like, I'm better than these dudes. They my brothers, I love them, but I hoops. This is that moment. I think you can get it done, Jello. There's always room for Jello. Get in where you fit in. Turn up. Go hard. Get buckets. And get leagued. It's that simple. Right now, the equation is 1 + 1 = 2. One opportunity, one person taking advantage of it, equals a 2-year contract. You feel me? Or at least a 2-way deal or something. You got to do it. And here's the thing. And this is the part why I have utmost confidence in it, is because if I know that that's what's coming, I know that he got the right people in the corner who know that's what's coming. So if you know it's coming, you know how to prepare for it, or you know to get prepared for it. So I think it's coming down the pipeline. I will be tuned in. I don't know if I'm gonna go live during that. I feel like I don't want to. I just want to watch, vibe, get the whole game in my system, and I will probably be right on it afterwards with the post game recap. Hopefully, I assume that we're gonna be able to get the box score and all of that stuff online. But we'll be there, man. It's gonna go down, man. It's gonna go down. He got Jermaine. Jermaine know what's up. Jermaine know what's up, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Appreciate everybody who's in here hitting that like button and getting to it, man. We finna end this stream for tonight, man. We might hop on in the morning and do like a live call-in show so folks can talk and we can really digest a lot of this information and get to this stuff, because I do want to talk about Zoe to the Bulls. I do want to talk about some of the other nuances, all of the different additions to this Hornets team. They just got Oubre, Malik Monk over in LA. Just a lot of stuff. Tebe. There's a lot of things that I want to really get into in that 127 life, didn't we? Yeah. Straight up. So I want to get into all of that stuff, and we might do that on the stream tomorrow. Appreciate y'all tuning in, showing some love, rocking with your boy. It's your main man, AB the Hero. We finna get up out of here. Peace.